All this week on To The Point, the ABC 10 Weather Impact Team is investigating California's power grid and how it's balancing cost, climate, and demand. Now, demand for electricity is expected to skyrocket. Last night, we explained how California is innovating its power grid. Tonight, meteorologist Rob Carlmark shows us how solar, wind, batteries, and hydropower are driving California toward its carbon-free energy goals.
California's dream of going 100% carbon-free by 2045 requires a delicate balance of generating enough clean, reliable power to meet rapidly growing demand. How is the state harnessing the sun, wind, and water to keep the fourth largest economy in the world flying high?
Well, it is a tried and true method going way back to the 1800s, right? Spinning a wheel with water. And for SMUD, it's vitally important.
High up in the Sierra, among lakes and wildlife, is infrastructure built to power big communities below.
It provides about 20% of our energy needs in an average year. It can go higher in our wetter years, and it allows us to provide that reliable, affordable energy solution.
The Sacramento Municipal Utility District, SMUD for short, runs 12 reservoirs, 9 powerhouses to provide hydropower to the Sacramento area. Using water to create electricity is the state's first large-scale source of renewable energy, and now helping power SMUD's even more ambitious goal of using 100% renewables by 2030.
It is the country's most aggressive initiative to reach zero carbon.
The SMUD powerhouses were built in the 50s and 60s and now can provide power at peak times in the late afternoon and early evening when it's in high demand and expensive.
Obviously, we're like others, can see the challenges of trying to balance between affordability and reliability. We want to keep our rates as lowest as possible.
SMUD is working toward its clean energy goals by stressing flexibility, generating power outside the area of its customers, and participating in the California Independent System Operator market to sell excess energy when it can. Then there's the sun. Almost 2 million homes in California now produce solar power, helping make it more abundant and cheaper than ever. Just this year, solar energy became California's largest source of energy, surpassing even natural gas. It provides more than 1/3 of the energy used in California, but only works when the sun is up, creating a natural energy imbalance. It poses a challenge half-jokingly called killing the duck curve. Now, according to CAISO, the traditional chart for energy usage starts at a normal rate, demand drops during the day, creating what looks like the belly of a duck. Then demand skyrockets as the energy hogs like air conditioners ramp up with the heat of the day, creating the head of the duck. Then it drops as the temperatures cool. One way to kill the duck curve is storing energy. Large-scale batteries have exploded in popularity within the last decade.
Well, just in the last 4 years, we've brought on over 20,000 megawatts of new generation on this system. So we are onboarding record amounts of new capacity.
In 2025, the state announced it is fast-tracking some of its largest projects yet, like the Darden Clean Energy Project in Fresno County, with more than 3 million solar panels and large-scale batteries on site meant to power 850,000 homes. And the Cornucopia Hybrid Project, expected to power up to 300,000 homes. It's a tricky balance and one that is always evolving. Solar is now being added over irrigation canals as an experiment to reduce evaporation. The Turlock Irrigation District, or TID for short, is already providing power.
We're the first, we're the oldest, and so a lot of times you don't associate that with trying new things, cutting edge, saying yes to projects. And for us, that's really in our DNA. We say yes to projects. We look at different solution sets for the challenges ahead of us.
One of the obvious benefits to this project is generating solar electricity from these panels, but many other benefits are being monitored and discussed and learned much more about, including how much evaporation from this canal can be prevented by these solar panels. That's being monitored by this equipment right here from UC Merced. TID got $20 million in a state grant to fund the project and has panels over narrow canals now. And if it works, it could cover the California aqueduct in the future.
It's a potential solution set because we're really going to need all of the above, right? To get to 2045, 100% carbon-free retail electric grid, we're going to need all options on the table. If you think about this, California, 40 million people there's a huge power need.
Going green is not without controversy. For every benefit, there is a well-documented concern and pushback. Wind energy is successful and widespread in California, where it's got its start back in the 80s in the Altamont Pass area. A more consistent and untapped source of wind energy lies right off the California coast, where the wind is stronger and more consistent. But battle lines have been drawn by fishermen and coastal residents over proposed projects like those in Humboldt and Morro Bay.
We don't know, and we don't know what the cumulative impacts on not only fisheries, because that's one aspect of it, but the shoreside dependent users of that, the fishing communities, the marine ecosystem itself. If we're going to do this, let's do it right.
As the clock ticks closer to 2045 with battles continuing over clean energy, a big question remains. Will the state achieve its 2045 dream? Energy experts say despite big hurdles, it's possible. California is already pulling off proven, reliable milestones many thought were decades away.
Last year alone, California's grid ran on 100% clean energy for 219 days. Not every hour of every day, but the equivalent of 51 full days of 100% clean energy. If current trends hold as of this year, that number will increase to 80 days.
And Stanford researchers think California is on pace to run on 100% renewables all day, every day of the year by 2033. It's something California homeowners like the Harmons are staying cautiously optimistic about.
It's really important to think about the long-range goals because we've got a higher population than any other state, really. And that's a huge lot of customers.
And this is part of the ABC 10 Weather Impact Team's special investigation, California's power struggle, balancing cost, climate, and demand. You can watch the full special right here tomorrow at 6:30 on To The Point, and it's also streaming now on our ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. We're back after this break.